Canelo Charlo, super boring fight. I mean, if we want boxing to survive, if we want boxing to thrive, we need super fights, like all the time. Fighters must fight each other.
Canelo Alvarez versus Jermall Charlo isn't just any fight, it's a clash where strength meets skill. That's a match you can't afford to miss. With the boxing world split in its predictions, this battle is more than just punches. It's about experience, strategy, and the unexpected twists that keep us all guessing. Who do pro boxers predict will come out on top? Let's find out. Following Canelo's victory against Jermall Charlo, Canelo was asked about his next opponent and replied bluntly, "I don't f***ing care." However, Jermall Charlo shows up to say that he will face Canelo again to avenge his twin brother Jermall's September defeat. He has a lot to prove. He posted a photo of the four-weight champion on his Instagram account, captioned, "Canelo fighting Jermall Charlo May 4. But he quickly dashed cold water on the battle, taking to social media again while on vacation in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Speaking to the camera while out on the island, he said, "I last spoke with management Al Heyman in my last fight, so everyone that continues saying, 'Oh, you're set to fight Canelo?' There's no confirmation. I must be someplace on the islands. You need to calm down." Boxing fans were perplexed by the conflicting match news. One ex-user claimed, "So the IG post is clout chasing from him." Rumors about the prospective showdown have circulated for months. There's a lot of buzz surrounding this one. "Until it's official, Charlo argued. "I offered. I said I was ready for whatever I had to do. We were riding the jet skis when I stopped for this." This one is generating a lot of excitement. Ricardo Lopez has even expressed his opinion, saying, "Both have been around for years. Canelo 60 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 knockouts, longer than Jermall Charlo 33 wins, 0 losses, 22 knockouts. If they had met at any time throughout their professional careers, Canelo won. It would not have been an easy battle, but neither was it a severe task. All in a day's work. Canelo has continued to progress. He continues getting better. However, I wonder if he has truly achieved his prime, given that he has been a professional since the age of 15, something unheard of in the US. Charlo, on the other hand, appears to have experienced a couple of periods of stagnation, in which he did not do as well as expected against lower-level competitors. He seemed to have rediscovered his form recently. His most recent bout with Derevyanchenko was excellent for his continuing development. He looked well even while facing a bully banger like Derevyanchenko. He kept the pressure on but didn't give away his advantages in height, reach like he had in the past by going too hard for a knockout. So, with all that being said, I think the gap is closing between the two fighters. Furthermore, fans strongly oppose Canelo defending his undisputed super middleweight belt against Jermall, who has been out of the ring for the majority of the previous 3 years and does not compete at 168. If Canelo does face an American boxer, many expect him to fight David Benavidez or Terence Crawford. The sport's biggest worldwide star may be eager to face Bud, the guy who replaced him as the pound-for-pound #1. After Alvarez defeated Charlo, Crawford posted on social media, "Canelo versus Crawford is the biggest fight in boxing." However, Canelo iced the conversation by noting, "Right now the fight with Terence Crawford doesn't make sense," but soon added, "I just won, so let me enjoy this." As it stands, the most likely opponent for Canelo is Jermall Charlo, right? The Hitman returned to winning ways in November 2023 as he beat Jose Benavidez Jr., having not boxed since mid-2021. What that left you with was Canelo would probably fight Jermall Charlo, who is a middleweight, stated Dan Rafael about Canelo Alvarez, announcing that his next opponent will be an American fighter, ruling out Jamie Munguia for his May 4th Cinco de Mayo match. So you get 2 Charlos for the cost of 2 on pay-per-view? It won't be David Benavidez, which will be a major disappointment for many people. That's the fight that should take place. This is the most suitable option for selling PPV. The only one who could compete or do better right now. That's a fight they could actually have. That is the Crawford fight. But if he isn't fighting Crawford, I don't know anyone who would like to watch Charlo over David Benavidez or Munguia. I don't understand Charlo's battle. He is the WBC middleweight champion. He last defended the championship quite some time ago. He remained absent for 2.5 years before returning for an over-the-weight bout and failing to defend his belt. He did not appear very good in that bout with Jose Benavidez Jr. Let's take a deep dive into this drama. Stephen A. Smith recently asked Dan Rayfield, "What did you think when you found out about the possible fight between Canelo and the bigger Charlo, Jermall Charlo?" Dan Rayfield said, "I wasn't surprised, but honestly, I felt a bit let down. This is a development that has been discussed for a while. It's been discussed for a while. Before the fight between Canelo and Jermall Charlo, Jermall's younger twin brother, who was the undisputed junior middleweight champion at 154 pounds, there were talks. Jermall was supposed to fight Canelo originally. He was one of the 160-pound champions. Therefore, a bout with Canelo was contemplated before Jermall's fight. However, Jermall was unable to attend due to mental health challenges and other problems. So they chose Jermall for Canelo's final bout, which he lost horribly. Canelo is now preparing for a fight on May 4th, the Cinco de Mayo festival, and they are seeking an opponent. The rumors say Jermall, who is also moving up a weight class, but not as much as his brother did, is now being considered as the opponent. These are just rumors for now. Nothing is official or announced. But it seems like he's the leading candidate among a group of fighters who would probably be more exciting to watch. Stephen A. says, "When will Canelo face criticism for this?" I'm not saying no one has criticized him, but here's my issue. He lost to Bivol and has 2 draws and 2 losses. Teddy Atlas, who is respected in the boxing world, recently mentioned Canelo could easily be seen as having a record of 60 wins and 4 losses. But what bothers me, Dan, is that he fought someone 2 weight classes smaller, Jermall Charlo, and now there's talk about Jermall Charlo, who is actually at 160. And then there's David Benavidez at 168, unbeaten with 28 wins, 24 by knockout. How has Canelo managed to avoid fighting him for so long? However, Benavidez is the WBC interim champion now. That makes him one of Alvarez's desired challengers. There is no reason not to stage the greatest bout in the category and one of the best battles in the sport. Benavidez, on the other hand, stated, "Canelo has no one else to fight. If he wants to give me the fight today, tomorrow, or whenever he wants, I'll be here. My job still needs to be completed. If Canelo refuses, I will continue to fight until I have defeated everyone else. It's a significant divide. A win for Alvarez would solidify his legacy in the sport, while Benavidez would have the opportunity to record the greatest win of his career and emerge as one of the sport's top stars at the age of 27. But now, what if Canelo fighting Crawford sells more than he fighting Benavidez? And you just know, CEO of Mayweather Promotions had a lot to say about it. He said, "I know the numbers and the business. No, it is not bigger. It has nothing to do with whether or not someone deserves or should fight. We're just discussing business." The fights between Benavidez and Canelo, as well as Crawford and Canelo, are not comparable. Terence Crawford is the finest boxer in the sport, and he's proven it. But it has nothing to do with the company, and you need to understand what it implies. Their battle, Spence versus Crawford, was the most talked about fight in the last 6 to 7 years. 2 young, undefeated men in their prime. But the business showed something else. That battle achieved half of what Tank's fight accomplished, and their fight was quite successful. Understanding marketplaces, piracy, and other factors is crucial for a successful PPV event. See, we're not burning money here. You have one promoter in particular who doesn't give a F and acts as if nothing matters. However, we strive to make sound, conscientious decisions. Sometimes you start arguments with individuals who disagree with you, but there is always a strategy, a method to the madness, and a long-term plan. I'm looking forward to this card's launch for Amazon Prime. This will be an incredible card filled with fantastic bouts. No, this is hardly an all-star team, but these are some really fantastic battles, and we believe there will be a huge response to the support. But who would he pick to win between Canelo and Crawford? I wasn't really sure about that. But in terms of business, which conflict is more important? The Benavidez fight is bigger. It's a much larger fight. And there you have it. As we wrap up, the big question still looms. Who will emerge victorious in a match this boxer's? Will it be Alvarez's experience or Charlo's power that defines the day? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. We'll see you in the next one.